Welcome to What a Dream Talk Show. Today we are on our first episode of season 2 and we're about to start off with our beautiful upcoming artist here who goes by the name Jasmine LUE. Welcome to What a Dream Talk Show and it's a pleasure to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Alright, so we're going to get right into it. Who is Jasmine LUE and where are you from?
Jasmine LUE is mystical, friendly, singy, rough,
Okay.
and miserable.
Okay.
Girl, yes, I said that. I'm from the lovely parish of St. Thomas. The forgotten parish, some would call it, but yes, I'm from St. Thomas, Whitehall to be exact. And I love singing.
Yeah.
I love this stage.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the camera?
And the camera.
Well, that's good. Alright, so I understand you used to do background vocals for the amazing Shereen Anderson. Tell us, how was that experience?
Yes, I started out singing backgrounds with Shereen Anderson. I was her lead background vocalist at the time. Yes, at a very young age. I was 19, I believe.
Oh, that's great.
That experience for me was like it was the best introduction that I could have gotten to music. Let's just put it that way. Shereen toured the world with Sly and Robbie, has performed in the White House for the president. And on top of that, Shereen used to do the whole acting thing.
Yes.
Performing right beside Bob Marley's songs. So I don't think I could have asked for a better experience in terms of
I can only imagine.
having a first-hand experience where music is concerned with someone who has been wrapped and tied in that industry for quite a while and rubbing shoulders with quite some amazing people. So I don't think I could have asked for a better introduction to music than what I had gotten with performing with Shereen Anderson.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I can tell that you had a great experience.
I definitely did. I mean, we had our moments sometimes.
Girls
will have moody mood sometimes.
That's
by the way, I'm not saying that Shereen was that.
Yeah.
That was me.
Yeah. Understand.
And like I said, I was very young, but it was nothing that I would change for the world, to be quite honest.
So is there any other artists that you used to work with apart from Shereen?
Yes, I've worked with Brian Art.
Okay.
It was under the same umbrella though, and Hawkeye. Probably a lot of you young persons out there might be asking the question right now.
Yeah.
Who the
Hawkeye?
hell is Hawkeye? Well, Hawkeye is the gentleman who sings That alone?
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking
No,
about.
I know who you're talking about. Because I myself was like, okay, yeah.
Well, there you go,
Yeah.
okay.
Sometimes you don't know the artist who is behind the song.
Right.
But once you hear the song, it's like,
just want to hear a piece of that song.
Singing.
I know who you're talking about. That's the beauty of music.
Awesome. So, do you plan on doing background vocals for any other artists or just strictly working on promoting yourself as an artist?
That's a question that I've asked myself, by the way.
Okay.
Over the past few weeks, I've ask myself that question. Yes and no. I mean, there is room for growth from whoever wants to grow. And I want to grow in the music industry. And in doing so, I can do both on the end of being a background vocalist as well as do my music independently. I like being a part of the creative process that happens when different voices come together to create wonderful sound in one. And so with that being said, like I have been working with the great Yaksta.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I recently performed on Sumfest with Yaksta. So I haven't just worked with Hawkeye and Brian Art, separate and apart from Shereen. I recently performed alongside Yaksta at Sumfest 2022. It was an experience, new, young, fresh talent, and he's very down to earth.
We love that stuff. We love there's something that's Bushman look about him.
Bush tell me about it. But yes, it was a good experience performing beside Yaksta. I don't know, there may be other things
in the pipeline
where doing the backgrounds alongside the Yaksta is concerned. But separate and apart from doing background vocals, I have my own song and I have my own message that I want to convey to my own audience.
Yes.
Therefore, I believe that there's nothing wrong with doing both. And the more versed you become at backgrounds, the more versed you become as an artist.
Yes.
The better you become as a performer as well. And so, yes, I do have that intention. I'm just blowing with the wind at the moment. Let's just put it at that.
Okay. And I hope the wind blow you in the right direction.
Alright,
so have you always wanted to be a recording artist?
Have I always wanted to be a recording artist?
Yes.
Good question.
Yes, because I would like to know what made you want to venture into the artist side of music, and what is your ultimate aim as the singer that you are?
Well, I've always wanted to venture in the recording aspect of being an artist, or to become a recording artist rather. Growing up, me and my sister used to sit down at home and with this one person decides to be Mary Kay, the other decides to be Ashley. Yeah,
I definitely understand that.
On top of that, I had this thing where we'd sit down and we build songs together, and we're talking like probably 6 years old.
Oh,
yeah. So I've been into this music thing for quite a while, and my mother loves singing. No, she never really pursued that. She sang in the choir at church, and I got to understand that my father could sing as well.
Oh.
So I guess we got it on both sides. So I just always wanted to feel what it feels like to stand up in front of a crowd and just let my voice be heard in sweet melody, because your voice can be heard in a variety of ways rather than just singing. But I want my voice to be heard as sweet melodies, you know. So yes, I always wanted to do the recording artist thing.
Jasmine, so is there anyone specific that just said to you, said, Jasmine, I think you're way more talented than just, you know, singing in the shower, not bother turn the bathroom singer, want to see up on a big stage. That one person that pushes you to the limit.
I wouldn't say that there is any one person that motivates me to want to be more out there as a singer or an artist, because there are a few persons at the moment who have always been like, every time I open my mouth and I sing, and people ask the question, what do you do with that voice? I'm like,
Nothing?
I'm singing,
Yeah.
like I'm singing right now. And they're like, no, you should be doing more than just that with that voice of yours. And I'll laugh it off or smile or probably say, I'm a professional singer.
With a blush.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm a professional singer. And then they'd be like, no, seriously,
Yes.
you can't be wasting a talent like that.
True.
But no one to pinpoint per se at the moment. I know that there is this one person though that she met me recently, and she was like, we're going to carry the Rising Stars.
Okay.
And we're going to campaign for you, win Rising Stars.
That's it.
And every time, every chance she gets, she's always like, Jasmine, we're going to carry the Rising Stars. You know yourself.
That one person?
Yeah, that one person, you
You're
know
doing a
yourself.
good job. You're doing a good job. Alright, so do you think women are pressured into being typical sexual type just to complement their image?
One of the more complex questions. Do I think that women are being pressured to become or to be more sexual just to accommodate image in the music industry?
Especially in the music industry.
Most definitely.
Yes.
I can use examples. There is the Lady Saw, more popularly known now as Mariana Hall. But let's use her as an example to say Lady Saw versus Mariana Hall. What Lady Saw offered to the industry then, and big up to Lady Saw being the past queen of dancehall. But what she offered was mostly sex appeal.
Yes.
And yes, we know that dancehall originated in Jamaica, and dancehall sells sex. And
That's what I was about to say, because you know, as an recording artist, especially a female, they tend to say sex sells.
yes.
And as a male artist, a badness and everything.
Right. So it brings me back to saying we are definitely, as females, being pushed subconsciously and even consciously to believing that if we're not selling sex, we are not selling anything in the music industry. I can even make reference to experiences where producers have gone to the point where they'll say to me, change that line and put it at cock up this round and this one. You understand?
That is so true.
So I can guarantee you that I won't be the first or the last female to attest to this being their experience. And they'll tell you that no, that line is boring.
Exactly. But and then I won't cut you, but you have producers who send you rhythms and tell you exactly
what they want
music they want on it.
Right.
So if you even come up, when you hear the rhythm and you come up with a conscious music inside, this is what I am feeling.
Right.
Because I think as an artist, you should be able to express what you feel when you get a rhythm.
Right.
But then when you're going to come to the artist and say, yo, at this moment here, it kind of throw you off.
Right.
Understand?
It forces you in that zone where you have to choose between whether or not you want to feel comfortable in your own zone, or do you want to make some money?
Yes, for real.
And because that's what it ultimately boils back down to.
Exactly.
But I don't think you need to sell sex for image to work for you as a female.
But there's a but.
There is the but.
It is very hard.
It is
hard
it is.
As a female artist. Right? I'm the host today. I'm the host today, but I can tell you it is very hard for you as a female artist not to be sexual in any type of way, especially the image, because even performing on stage, if we go on stage in a jeans pants and a nicely attired top, the audience don't see me. Even if I open my mouth and I sound like Celine Dion, a lot won't pay you any attention.
I can both agree as well as disagree with that point. Why? Because I will take the notion that do I have to use my body to ensure that I am being heard by my audience? Or will I set a standard for myself where I encourage another youngster out there, or another female rather, out there to walk in her own skin?
Yeah, you can be
and appreciate you for who you are. If that's how you feel, then go right ahead, honey, and do what you feel. But if that is not how you feel, why do I need to succumb to what society says that I should do to be accepted?
That's true.
You understand? So at the end of the day, I think it all boils back down to whether or not you appreciate you as a person, and in the sense that you understand what your purpose is, you understand what your aim is, and you're guns in after just that. And if you can set a standard for yourself as an artist, female artist rather, then eventually, because people don't just accept things because you give it to them. They accept it because you continue to give it to them. It's not just the fact that you're giving it to them, but the fact that you continue to give it to them. So I'm offering sexy, elegant. And I do use the word sexy because females don't get it twisted or wrong. You are sexy in your own right.
Most definitely.
Right? We are all sexy in our own right. But how you choose to portray that sexiness or display that sexiness is what is most important. And I think that I can go on a stage in a long dress that is fitting onto my body, and all my curves are
That's a different type because
You
they have
understand?
different types of
Exactly
sexiness.
my point.
So that's still being sexy, but not
Exactly.
too
But not
outrageous.
vulgar.
Yes, it's
Right.
not. Yeah.
So I'd say there's a difference between
Yes.
being sexy and
vulgar.
being vulgar.
Yes. Big
And
difference.
I believe that I'm supposed to give a man a reason to want to know me better. Not give a man a reason to say, okay, I'm on to the next person around the corner because he's had enough of what I have to offer and he has not yet even touched me. You understand? So, and then again, there is also the part where if you as a female has proper intellect or you're headstrong about whatever it is that you believe in, people, men, appreciate that in a woman, and if that same woman will wear, as I said before, a skin tight dress, and she goes on stage and she performs to her audience and can still be displaying sex appeal to her audience and they love it same way.
I would elaborate on the whole point of what you just said about females who dress a certain way and men looking at them a certain way. I think it's going to be a whole different interview. Because I've always, when it comes on to that, because I myself, I dress based on my mood.
Right.
Yeah. And even before I was married, we still dress based on my mood.
Right.
And when you talk about strong head, that's me. And if I'm even in a skimpy dress, you can see me and approach me a certain way. Because I think I am free to dress how I want to.
That's true.
And how I feel comfortable dressing.
That's true.
Because if you look at certain parts of Africa and how they dress, they don't even wear tops.
Yes.
You understand? So
I've seen
and
some
a
of
lot
those pictures.
of times we say, oh, we are from Africa, African descent or whatever. But then a lot of Africa, when we show that side of us, it's a problem. Because even the very piercing, if they see a female with more than 3 piercing, you bring a whole different, you start judge the person by looking at them.
Changes.
And I don't like that. I don't like men or even women who judge women based on how they look.
Yeah.
Because Africa is about piercing and they do have a lot of tattoos. Maybe they do it in a different way. Right? But you can't say, oh, we're from Africa, but then if I'm supposed to dress right now and go to the door, my 2 kids, them want to door, them want them man.
It's a different thought process.
You understand? So
I
I
say
think
the thing is, I think that also has a lot to do with the area in which we live.
I know, and it all is
So
just
we live
like
in the
how,
Western Hemisphere, and
understand, just like how you mentioned earlier that you can be the change of how you look as an artist, right? I think each and every person that is on this earth should be free-minded of how they want to see themselves.
You need to
And not be judged by people, because I don't like people who just look at people and judge them. A lot of time people look at me and judge me, so I can speak based on experience. And it's something that I hate. Like, I need to do a whole interview about this topic.
You probably should.
Yes. Okay, so I want to know right now. I heard a small snippet of your soon to be released first official song, and not because she's here, guys. I must tell you, it is different, and we just love it. But not like, and I want to know what inspired you to write such song.
That song. Mm, that song is a mystical song. You see.
Yes.
I would like to tell you some secrets where that song is concerned, but I think I probably want to leave that for a later date.
Okay.
But yeah.
All right. So, Jasmine, I want you to bless this interview with that beautiful voice. We've been talking all morning without hearing the melody. I'm gonna listen for myself.
Ay ay ay.
We put her on the spot, but
I'll call you when I run away. I tell you that I'm here to stay. I'll call you when I run away, yeah.
oh Lord.
You can chain me, lock me down. You can break me, push me down to the ground, but I can't give up now.
Oh my God.
Push me down to the ground. I call you when I run away. I tell you that I'm here to stay. I call you when I run away, yeah.
Oh Lord. People, oh no, look, I'm gonna zoom in. Look at my eyes. I'm not crying, but you, like when I heard it, to be honest, my husband can tell you,
Yeah.
I played it over and over and
Wow.
over. Like your tone is just, it's almost perfect. And maybe it's because you had the experience as a background vocalist, as you said, with experience it grows you as an artist.
Right.
And to be honest, like you're doing it a cappella.
Yeah.
I hear the song. Like I'm not one of her biggest fans, and she's not even out there yet. But I'll be rooting for you all the way.
Thank you.
And I don't want you to stop at any point and feel discouraged by anyone, because the music industry, that
Yes.
and you have to be mentally ready for this. Because if you're easily broken, if you're easily broken, a person will say, it's not all that much better.
Right.
And you feel so discouraged within yourself. I'm like,
But I bet you if Prince thought that whatever people had to say about his style of singing and performing, if he thought that it was more important what they had to say about what he had to offer to the music industry, probably he would not have been Prince.
yes.
You get me? So, hey, I all I can say is that if it is that this is how you feel passionate about doing something and it make you feel good doing that,
Yes.
why not do that? I mean, at the end of the day, people will only accept you if you accept
Yourself.
you and what you have to offer.
So,
So it starts with you,
yes.
not with them, but with you.
It's always you
So
first.
you start.
Yes. Alright, so is it difficult to get good music airplayed?
Is it difficult getting good music airplayed? I think that's a simple one for most of us, because it's something that happens it's very prominent. And the truth is, it is difficult to get good music airplayed. We're not trying to make this all so much so about females, but when it's your turn to take what is yours, then you need to speak about you.
Yes.
And I am a female, so I'm going to speak about females. Let me just put that out there. So, yes, it's hard to get good music airplayed.
And it's even harder to get your music airplayed as a female as well.
Yes.
Why? For the same reasons that I would have mentioned before, where we were talking about um, some producers want to be able to get into your clothes in order to um, do some musical projects with you, which them same musical projects need to be aired by audiences. And these audiences listen to radio or whatever medium they use to listen to music. But it's hard. It is hard to get your music airplayed on the radio as a female and as an artist in general, because a lot of we'll call them radio personalities have driven themselves to the point where they've made the money more important than the talent itself. Right. And there are some artists as well who are willing to get up and dash out the money on the radio personalities just to have their music airplayed.
So they make it
or probably even to have another person's music not airplayed. So, but we're not going to get into that politics, of course. We're not going to get into that politics, but it's the reality that we're living in.
All facts.
And just the mere fact that for a person like me who's just starting out, and I don't have the money.
Yes.
I don't have the money yet.
Getting there.
You don't have the money to do as you would have wanted with your work as an artist. So you have to depend on these persons liking your music to get to the next level. And if it's not liked, then bin it.
Push to the
Or
side.
win it.
Yes.
You know, or just depend on fate. Maybe one day somebody the music will go into the wrong person's hand, and the truth is it's the right person's hand, but some of us will classify it as the wrong person's hand, where this person realized like, hey, who that person here? Hey, what's going on? Like, who's this artist?
Yes.
And then things start happening for you. So it's the right place at the right time, in the right hands. And some of us have to depend on that. That would have been my experience right now with Runaway. And I'm grateful for that, you know. But it's like I said before, there is the challenge where I don't know you, I'm not going to play a song.
That's true.
Or
And how
I don't
are
know
you going to get to know a person if you don't take the time out
Exactly.
to know who the person is and what they have to bring to the table?
Right.
But every majority of these radio personnel tend to mix business with pleasure. Because they're not all saints. They're just like the producers and managers.
Yes.
And
Everybody is
yes. And even when
a big motherfucker pot, as my country
even if they start out on the positive side, they allow money to change their whole reason of getting into the game for the love. Nobody's doing it for the love anymore. It's all about the quick money. Alright, we can make one this on the side, and you sabotage a good artist because they are not able to give you that. You know? And you push forward the foolishness because you get the money. You know, so that foolish by the barrier.
Exactly. Money pull up.
For what? But hey, apart from that difficult side of getting your music played on the radio, what are some of the challenges that you face as a female artist, and do you think it's a leveled play field?
Uh, it's not certainly not a level playing
You just
field.
spoke about things not being balanced between male and female. Alright.
Yeah.
What would make you, Jasmine Lou, stand out as a female artist who is looking for that break in the music industry? Just give me that one thing that will make Jasmine Lou different from every other female artist that is out there. What makes you exceptional?
I think that what makes Jasmine exceptional is the fact that I'm not bringing typical music to the industry. I'm bringing life, feelings, experience. I think that music is more than just music.
Already.
Exactly. Even that.
Yes.
I like how you put it.
A lot of people just
It's more than just
beat.
reading for real.
Yeah.
Music is really and truly life.
Mhm.
Because sometimes when you sit down and you zone out in a particular song, like you put on a song and they're listening and you listen and you listen and you listen and you listen and you listen. It does something to you.
Because you have some songs you listen to it and be like, how many they sing this about? Because it's like
Exactly.
It's like they
Now,
wrote the
it's like
song
the man did
for
it
you.
when me have the experience. Like,
Yes.
bro,
Like
I
he
didn't
gave,
tell you my business.
like he
How
gave
you
you
know
an
that happened to
interview.
me?
Like he gave you an
Exactly.
interview and he said, okay, you know this is a good topic for a song, but you've never met the person.
Exactly.
But those are the kind of music I
Yeah.
totally understand.
Which
So
I call them life music.
yes.
And I would refer to Runaway as just that,
Yes.
life music. Because there are persons who are having challenges in life where they feel like nobody not understand. And if I go and sit with my friend and I try to tell her about the struggle that I'm experiencing at that time, I don't think my words can sum it up to the way I want to express it to her.
Yes.
So, because I feel that way, I never want to talk about it. And the fact that you don't want to talk about it don't change the facts that you have the experience.
I know.
You get me? So if you can get if you can have that opportunity of hearing music that resonates with your life and or your situation rather, but at the same time encourages you to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Hey, why not?
Why not?
Why not?
So
go for it.
if it wasn't music, because I know you have a passion for music from a tender age.
Yes.
If it was not music, imagine life without music the way that you want it. What other profession would it be?
It's kind of hard to imagine life without
I know,
music.
it's hard. You're not going to take it away completely.
Yeah, I understand
But
what
you
you're saying.
can't, you don't see the door open to pursue
Right.
what you want to do at the moment. What other profession would you be comfortable doing?
So if it were not music, it's kind of hard for me to imagine my life without music, by the way. But if it were not music, I'd probably would have become a lawyer.
Yeah.
As probably sitting down there and listening to me right now, you think that I chat enough. And trust me, me think me chat enough. And sometimes me think say, me go overboard with talking too. But then, if I'm getting paid to talk, what
Why
do you
not?
expect me to do?
Why not?
But talk. You understand? But if it were not music, I would have gone into law.
Awesome.
Those were, when I was growing up, I told myself that I am going to become three things. Three or four. I was going to be a lawyer, a singer, an actress. Yep, them three things. A lawyer, a singer, and an actress. And I started questioning myself, thinking that it's impossible to accomplish all of the above in one lifespan. But
you can, because you're already a part artist.
I've learned that I can, because I actually do acting.
Yes.
So I've been a part of the pantomime, national pantomime, for a little bit.
Okay.
I also studied drama in college. So yes, I've done a little bit of acting.
So just law.
So it's the law that is, yeah. And I have come to the conclusion that anything that you put your mind to, you can achieve it. And I'll use an example. The other day I went to a show. My friend was performing, and before the show we were chit-chatting, and then he was sharing with me that the producer for the songs that he was going to sing on the show was actually a doctor.
Oh.
So I was like, the producer is a doctor?
Yes.
And he's like, yeah, the producer is a doctor. I just said this to say, nothing under the sun is impossible.
Nothing.
So if I get to the point tomorrow morning where I feel very compelled to pursue law, or to still pursue law rather,
yeah,
I'm gonna do it.
most definitely.
So, but if it was not music, it would have been
law. Awesome. Alright, so is there any artist that inspires you and you would like to do a collaboration with someday?
Truth be told, I've always been a Alicia Keys fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Growing
love
up,
me
I've been a Alicia Keys fan.
Yeah.
But in terms of currentness, I would have developed a love over the past couple of months for this young lady called Cynthia Erivo.
Okay.
And some person's probably asking,
who's Cynthia?
Cynthia Erivo. I've been walking with my face turned to the sun, a weight on my shoulder, the bullet in my gun.
Oh my God, she gives
Oh, I got eyes in the back of my head. Now I'll give you no more. But yes, Cynthia Erivo. I developed this liking towards her voice. I think she has an amazing voice. And singing, I believe the name of the song is Stand Up. I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river.
Oh my God.
But yeah, the name of the song is Stand Up.
Yeah.
But I realized that Stand Up actually has some similarities to Runaway.
Yes.
And like I don't normally tell people that great minds think alike. And some people look at that in the sense where we're thinking the exact same thing, or we're saying the same thing at the same time. But I think great minds think alike in energy too.
Yes.
And they both
songs seem to have that energy that have some similarity, in my opinion. And I think some persons probably would say sound like copy each other or something, but Runaway has been written long before Stand Up came out.
Runaway and Stand Up.
Yeah. You hear the contrast? One is running away and one is standing up. But yeah, Runaway has been around long before Stand Up. Yeah. And so I can't say that there is any copycat taking place. But it's like I said, the energies.
You wrote the song almost 2 years and you've discovered this new amazing talent.
Right.
Couple months.
So, hey, like, it's like I said, great minds, great energies. We might not from the same space, but we're operating on the same wavelength. And I can appreciate that. And but it's like I said, Cynthia Erivo is one act that girl, that voice, yeah, love it. But as I said, growing up, it would have been Alicia Keys for me, and Tanya Stevens.
I love you some
These
Tanya.
streets don't love you like I do.
I love you some Tanya Stevens. Yeah.
One time people used to say, you sound like Tanya Stevens. Like I have a few songs that persons have looked at me and said, it's Tanya Stevens on the record. I'm like, no, that's not Tanya Stevens. And I don't think that it really sounds like Tanya Stevens, but you have to give the audience them props at what they think they hear.
Yeah.
So,
but it's a good comparison because Tanya Stevens is an amazing writer.
She is.
And I love her vocals. Like she's just different.
Yep.
There's not many people who sound like Tanya.
No.
Or can write the type of song that Tanya Stevens sing, you know? When you hear Tanya Stevens, just put in a whole different mood.
Yeah.
Even these streets, you just feel like a bad gangster girl, you're a gangster.
Exactly.
Yeah. Alright, so what can we look out for from Jasmine? What's next?
What's next from Jasmine is just watch the flow and go with the flow, because I'm going with the flow right now, and I kid you not, I'm not just answering you vaguely. I am literally going with the flow.
Okay. And I know most definitely it's gonna flow in the right direction.
In the right direction.
Alright, so is there anyone you want to pick up anybody?
Oh, yeah, sure. Janice LUE, big up yourself. I love you.
Aww.
I love you so much. And of course, big up to my 2 boys.
She's a mama too.
Yeah.
Doesn't show. Look at that glow. Yeah.
You hear
Still
that?
looks like a teenager. But she's talking about 2 kids.
You would have never known. Okay?
Alright,
so,
guys.
Take it from me, I told you so.
Yes. So I just want to say thank you so much for making it to What a Dream Talk Show. She's all the way from Kingston. I'm gonna tell her she made it, and she was on time. So that's good. I love the spirit, you know, because coming from so far and you made it, you did not give up. A lot of people that say, oh, I've come all the way out with you. St. Mary at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I did not know that I was coming to St. Mary. But when I realized that the driver is heading in a direction, and then I look at a sign and I see it say, welcome to St. Mary.
you're like, okay, you thought it was bushy.
Wait, what's going on? But yeah, beautiful St. Mary, and I'm loving it. And thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. Alright guys, so thank you for making it What a Dream Talk Show. I'm your girl Sunshine Velvet, the CEO and founder of this amazing platform, and today I was your host with the most. Thank you, have yourself a good one, and please do remember to share and spread some love. Encourage someone today and be quick to compliment someone, motivate them instead of passing judgment, criticizing someone, and finding faults. We're too good at that. Have a good one. Bye.